Pub Battles Marengo. We start with the Austrian turn 0, their surprise breakout from Alexandria. We begin with one of my favorite tactics, sending the cavalry up and around. I also added some artillery. Mortensen's artillery fires, Napoleon's watchman takes some damage. There we have the Austrian surprise move. Turn 1 movement. O'Reilly begins his assault on the French left. Victor adjusts to the cavalry appearing on his right. Murat's cavalry rides off to meet the Austrian cavalry. Melas continues his advance out. The artillery fires, but this time to no effect. Lannes falls back. No combat on turn 1. Turn 2. Melas goes first, and this will make it hard to decisively assault the French, as they can just move back again. Melas assaults, but needs to protect his flanks because the French haven't moved yet. Similarly, Ott presses on. Bonaparte occupies the ridgeline and sends Monnier into the town of Lobby. Cavalry can attack in the town. Ott crosses in the center. Lannes flanks the overstretched Austrian drive here on the French left. Turn 2 combat. Heavy fighting, a unit lost on each side. In the center, 1 hit each. Forward French unit decides to retreat, fall back, and fresh units are thrown into the fray. Ooh! Heavy casualties. Haddock is driven back, but the French are eliminated. On the end here. Again, the French do nothing. Victor's corps takes heavy losses. 3 French losses in 1 early turn of combat. Can the French recover from this? I don't see how, but they're going to keep fighting. Napoleon's got a plan. Turn 3. Late morning. Victor's dresses what remains of his line. Napoleon forms up with artillery on the ridge. Melas attacks full on in the center. Artillery is covering his flank. Another artillery unit is heading up on the French right. And here's some artillery is setting up, ready to shell the units in Loba. French artillery shells heavily. Lannes' corps falls back. Lannes tries to form up some sort of defense. Austrians assault French forces in Albia. Murat's cavalry charges the Austrian cavalry. And Ott's troops are advancing forward, ready to fill in any holes. Combat turn 3. Here the French have only in a detachment. Detachment is eliminated. Combat. Verdun is eliminated. At this point, this is 4 French infantry units have been eliminated. That breaks the French army. Let's finish out the combat. Detachment. It goes. Kellerman's cavalry assault. They are driven back with heavy losses. This is not the day for the French. So the end of turn 3, Lannes has taken 50% losses, and Victor has been reduced to about 3,000 men out of his large corps. And this shows what happens when you win all your combats. All 4 of the French losses were 3-hit combats. So there's only a 1 in 8 chance of doing 3 hits in 1 turn. And I got 4 in a row. Plus these other 2 that were just 1-hit wonders. Nothing impossible happened here. Unlikely. But what I actually like about this is that you get to see how close run the battle was, how fascinating it can be. It's fun to try to cover these things, to try to cover your losses and how you're going to shift your forces while all this is going on. If you're playing the Austrians, it's great when a plan comes together and your teeth are sharp and you're actually doing some damage. And the other thing I like about pub battles is this probably took me 20 minutes. You don't spend 4 hours losing. It's over 20 minutes. Today the French were mopped up 3 turns. Were I gaming with somebody else, we could go, okay, great, set them up, best of 3. I like having instant results right now. It can happen. You can also gum each other. It can also work out that you just don't get the casualties, aren't able to inflict the casualties you'd like to inflict. A couple turns, the French weren't able to react because of the chit draw, and it shows in a perfect storm, lucky dice and bad chit rolls, chit draws, you can get some interesting results. Good game.